Hello, everyone. It's the day after. What does everybody think? I'm seeing a lot of, and I'm getting a lot of text messages. Frailinger won, Frailinger won. This is if you go back to my first string band marketing video, this is a competition where the results, there's a criteria, okay? And if you don't hit the criteria marks, you're not going to compete. Quaker City won the criteria. I'm with everybody else. I think Frailinger was the fan favorite, but Quaker City, they won the parade, and I don't think that can be disputed. It was a really good show by Frailinger. I liked it a lot. With the criteria, I think what happened was they established themselves from the beginning that they were going big, and there were about 4 spots where they kind of let their guard. So when I do shows and string bands, I'm here. Call me if you want to move up. I work on aesthetic, and Frailinger, part of that aesthetic, Frailinger set themselves up to go big from the very beginning. And there were, like I said, maybe 3-4 spots where they kind of let their guard down and got off of that aesthetic. And that's probably what did it for them, because the points between 1 and 3 were very, very close. Very, very close. And, when you watch sports and, if you're like, baseball's a game of inches, right? A foul ball that's just an inch, a half inch on the other in the foul territory could be the determining factor. Had it been a half inch over, it knocks 2 runs in and the game's over in extra innings. You know what I mean? It's the details. And when you get into the top 3 bands, when you drop your guard down for 1 second, it could be over. Yeah, I am with everybody else. I think the fan favorite by far is Frailinger. But yeah, going by the criteria, Quaker City won. And I keep looking over because I'm doing a replay right now. The top 3, very, very good. Very, very good. Things kind of dropped off. I think there was a 7-point drop after that with Uptown. That was in Uptown. It was an interesting direction they took that in. I think they left a lot on the table. Uptown. There were some big things they could have done. Again, with aesthetic direction, I think I'm going to turn this TV off so I don't keep looking over at it. I think. There were a number of ways Uptown could have gone that I think would have boosted their points big time. That could have been again, aesthetic, a much more bigger direction that they could have gone in. But they were good. They were very good. Their banjo section, again, doing great things. Here's one of the things I also talk about with the cookie cutter bands. You start being yourselves. You don't need to copy what's happened already, right? So, and then what's bringing this thought to mind is, we saw a lot of the rolling discs this year, which is what Quaker did last year with the Fruit. Quaker did the vocal in the middle of the banjo feature. Uptown did a vocal in the middle of the banjo feature. Again, I'm going to keep going back to my first episode of String Band Marketing and changing the judging criteria so it's more of an entertainment value, which would allow bands to do their own thing. Right now with this criteria, these clubs, they feel like they need to replicate what's been done already. And for the bigger bands, this current criteria and the way that the other bands are responding, okay? So I'm talking 4 through, 12, but 4 through hopefully 15 next year. The way the other bands are responding to this criteria, the top 3 bands are able to take off, okay, on a dead sprint, while the other bands are kind of waiting to see what works with the judges, and they keep falling behind. if the judging criteria is changed so that bands they don't have to conform, okay? They just want to have fun, do their own thing, show their own personalities, and not attempt to hit bullet points by trying to hit bullet points with ideas that other bands have already hit those bullet points with. I think we're going to see a more creative, a more energized, and a more competitive parade if we do that. Again, I mentioned this on my first string band marketing video. I think it goes to an 8 or 9 band competition if we open up the scoring to, like I said, 10 judges, 1 to 10, and they strictly score you on how much they like you from 1 to 10. Adds up to 100, scores posted immediately. But the way it is right now, you have to do things like what Quaker City just did. What Quaker City just did is not going to relate to the public, right? They are doing things musically and effect-wise with production. The public, they like to see the scenery, of course, right? But the majority of the public is not going to really understand what's going on because it's more, is highbrow the right word? It's intellect, okay? What they're doing, you have to understand drum corps, and you have to understand how these things work. And Quaker City nailed it. They nailed it. But that's why everybody in the public is loving Frailinger, because Frailinger related with the public, okay? But they dropped their guard a few times when it came to the effect, aesthetic, and had they capitalized more, I think they would have won. They would have made up what little bit they missed out on, and they might have won by, I don't know, a full point maybe. But great performance by Frailinger. Loved it. But again, with the criteria, you drop your guard once. You've got bands like Quaker who are gonna capitalize on that, and they did. 5 through the end. There was a lot of sloppiness, a lot of drilling. They were on top of each other. Everything seemed very squeezed, which I don't know why. They had their framing props on the end that weren't out to the edge. I think that had something to do with it. We saw a lot of pit band members. Now, pit band is the saxophone players, okay? We saw a lot of pit groups being behind props, playing behind props throughout. You've got to fix these things. You can't have that happen. And you've got to open the street up a bit. I think Woodland was on top of each other the whole show. Kudos to captain of Woodland. He worked his butt off. He deserved that second prize captain spot. Very, very good job. And you kept your energy throughout. That was a lot of hard work. Same with Jake Kudrick. Shout out to Jake Kudrick. He busted his butt throughout. We saw Jake kind of take a leap. So when I do shows, with the captain, you have to relate. You're not there. I'm going to use Jake Kudrick as an example here. You're not there to be Jake Kudrick. You're there to be the character. You're there to fit in with the routine. The name Jake or the name Cat, whoever the captain is, that name has to go out the window, and you are the character. Denny Pelandro does this very well. He is the character. Jimmy Good does this well. He's the character. So we saw Jake Kudrick take a big leap this year. The Balzer from Woodland, very excellent. And the energy, how you kept that up for 4.5 minutes. You're probably still huffing and puffing. But Woodland was on top of each other throughout the whole show. I'm telling you, that hurt them. I think had that been a clean run with drill, they're probably up 2 spots. It was very cramped. Also, I'm probably gonna make a few of these videos to critique. I don't understand the whole thing. Small bands and big bands. The small bands need to realize they can't do what the bigger bands are doing. They don't have the people, right? So the last 2 years, there's been this kick where the smaller bands, they want to keep horn players behind props as a new reveal. You're hurting yourself. You're really hurting yourself by doing that. You have to come up with new ways. The way those bigger bands have come up with new ways to present, you have to come up with new ways to present that works for you. You can't hide horn players behind props for 45 seconds to a minute. You're killing your sound. You're looking even smaller. And then there's the whole prop usage with prop placement and prop movement. I don't want to get too long with this video. I probably already have, but I'll break these down with prop movement. Prop movement was all over the place this year. That hurt a lot of clubs, I guarantee you, with production and effect. You can't just move props when you want to move them. But yeah, congratulations, Quaker City. Going by effect, great show. Frailinger, you related the most with the audience. And sorry, my dogs are going at it. And yeah, the top three bands, excellent. So yeah, hopefully bands are already digging in for 2027, and we'll see what happens next year. All right, and I'll have more of these videos. This is what we're here to talk about. Show. All right, take care. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.